think it's time for a life update. If you saw my last video, you would have seen that I am officially a licensed real estate agent in Georgia. Honestly, a dream come true, and I think I need to share just the journey, how we got here, because I feel like I've been keeping a secret for the past 6 months. So let's get started. If you're new here, I'm going to give a little bit of background. My name is Kendall. I am 25 years old. I'm married to my husband, Corey, and we have 2 dogs. We're living the dual income, no kids life right now. We got married 3 years ago, right after I graduated college, and I went into pharmaceutical sales as my career. My degree was in marketing, and I just knew that I didn't want to sit at a desk all day. I wanted to be with people face to face. My mom was in healthcare and she told me about pharmaceutical sales just from her perspective. It sounded like a pretty fulfilling job and just a good fit, so I honestly thought that I was gonna do that for a long time. Also needed something pretty stable in terms of income and job security because Corey was making a huge career shift right after we got married. A whole different story for another day. I knew I was making the right decision by going into something a little bit safer. I honestly loved pharma, but I always have had this entrepreneurial side to me. So I thought one day maybe I would get my real estate license, maybe I would start my own business. But 22 and just buying a house and getting married and starting a new life was not the right time to make a decision like that. Fast forward 2 years, give or take. Corey is now settled in a new role and I want to try something different. I honestly ended up in a role in pharma that I just was not happy with. Didn't suit my passions or what I felt like was my purpose. So I stayed in sales, but I went to work for a really incredible company in the technology space. Still in a sales role, customer facing. And the incredible part about that job, which is where I've been for over 1.5 years now, was the leadership and the people that I worked for and with, which I just don't think is talked enough about. It matters who you work for. It matters that their company culture aligns with who you are as a person and what your values are. Even if the day-to-day job isn't your favorite thing in the world to do, if you work for a good manager and leadership that you trust, it makes a huge difference. For a while, I was content there. With this job came a lot of travel responsibility, and if you follow along, you know that I travel on my own quite a bit, which, you know, is for some people. For me, it's just not it. But through this job, I just learned so much about myself and who I want to be. I think I said this earlier, but I'm 25. And when I really think about my age, I have a lot of life to live and a lot to figure out. And through my career of what I have done so far, real estate was always in the back of my mind. I've always loved property, and I've always thought, how cool would it be to walk alongside people or a family and finding where they're gonna plant their roots and make memories. That is such a fulfilling thing to me. I started praying really, really hard last year for God to just open and close doors for me. A lot of those opened and closed doors really came through social media these past 6 months. Creating this community and seeing what I'm capable of in brand deals and partnerships and just having that entrepreneurial sense has given me so much confidence for this new chapter. And don't worry, none of this is going away. I'm still gonna be sharing my life here, beauty and fashion tips, and I just cannot express how grateful I am for this community. Every time I think about it, I tear up and I'm doing my mascara. Just know that this means the world to me. Okay. Now looking back, I can see God preparing me for this in every step and stage of my career. I am so excited to work with individuals and families in North Georgia, helping them find their next home or their next property. Here's to a new adventure, believing in yourself, challenging yourself. I'm so excited for what's next. Thank you for being here.